Eren discovers that he has a brand new power in this week's episode of Attack on Titan, which just so happens to be the conclusion of the second season. But fear not, my friends, they made the formal announcement that Season 3 is indeed coming in 2018. That's right, we don't have to wait another 4 years for more Attack on Titan. Before I begin my review, let me just say that this one's going to be a little more brief and not as loud and boisterous as my other reviews. Just yesterday, I had both of my upper wisdom teeth removed, so my jaw is a little sore today. I've been eating nothing but freaking Jell-O, so I'm just going to get through this real quick so I don't get into pain and exacerbate any problems that I'm going to have. What I will say is, this was a solid conclusion to a great season of Attack on Titan. It was also such an emotionally hard-hitting episode. There were so many moments in this one that honestly made me want to cry. The moment when Hannes was killed by that creepy, smiling Titan, that was the one that killed Eren's mother, one of the most heartbreaking moments of the series. Not so much for the death of Hannes, but for the way that Eren actually reacted to it. There was nothing that he could do in this situation. No one could help him. No one in the Survey Corps had the power to help. He couldn't transform into a Titan, and Hannes died in such an amazingly gory way, with having his legs just completely bitten off and then just devoured slowly by this incredibly creepy monster. Then Eren just breaks down right there, and he doesn't start crying at first. He starts laughing, which is something that's so crazy. You can see that this has taken such an emotional toll on him. And he's actually laughing about the fact that this is almost expected of Hannes, something that he would have seen happening because he's always been the drunk, lazy soldier. It's sort of his way of dealing with this crazy situation and the fact that he's sort of slowly going mad with everything that's been going on. If it wasn't for Mikasa being there, I honestly don't think that Eren would have gotten out of this situation alive, as Mikasa actually consoles him by saying that if it wasn't for Eren, she herself would not have been saved. And this leads to what I think is one of the craziest moments of Season 2. So pretty much everybody is getting destroyed. Everybody's getting eaten, everyone's being attacked. Jean gets nearly crushed by a Titan, which was thrown by Reiner, and Armin is desperately trying to protect him by just randomly swinging one of his swords around at this Titan that's about to destroy them. You have Ymir, who's trying to fight back against the other Titans and trying to get revenge against Captain Erwin. And then you have the moments where the big smiling Titan is coming in and getting ready to grab onto Eren and Mikasa, when Eren, in an act of desperation, decides to punch it directly in the palm. And this activates some sort of weird power which allows Eren to control all of the non-sentient Titans around him. That's right, he actually controls them like puppets and has them attack this thing and devour it and rip it to shreds. It's at this point that he realizes that he can also utilize this ability to take care of Reiner as well. He orders all of the Titans to attack him and jump on him and just completely mob and eat him to death. This scene is so triumphantly amazing because, one, not only can Eren transform into a Titan, but we now know that he has the ability to control them personally. This, of course, is going to lead to a lot of crazy scenes in the future, as now Eren has an incredibly powerful ability, which, according to Reiner, is known as the Coordinate. It's an ability that he was very afraid that if anyone would have, Eren would be the worst person to actually utilize this ability, as Eren's goal is to destroy and kill all Titans, and this is definitely going against Reiner's overall plan. And as he's being devoured by all of these Titans, Ymir decides that she is going to leave, and she's actually going to help out both Reiner and Bertholdt, who are about to be devoured. And thanks to her efforts, along with Reiner as the Armored Titan, they are able to make a pretty quick escape, and are officially separated from all of their friends, who made a very quick retreat as well. The episode ends with the revelation that all of the Titans which have made their way past Wall Maria are actually all of the villagers from Connie's hometown, including his mother as well. Apparently they were transformed into Titans, which lets us know that all Titans were originally humans. They were somehow transformed into these giant mindless beasts. By who? I'm guessing the Beast Titan, who makes one final appearance at the very end of this episode, and certainly an epic one. I especially love the build-up to it, because Captain Erwin realizes that they're this much closer to learning more about the Titans and possibly even saving humanity, and isn't it crazy that he was even able to survive after having his arm bitten off? And this is basically another step for humanity, and we get to see everybody standing triumphantly as they get ready to move forward, utilizing Eren's new abilities, and they do this great tracking shot where they go outside of the walls, you see these hordes of Titans, and then suddenly atop the wall, you see the Beast Titan. But you notice that there's someone who is standing on his back. And they don't really get to show this character all that much. It's some sort of weird blonde guy wearing glasses, and it's apparent that this is the man who transforms into the Beast Titan, who is a complete and utter mystery. I have no idea who this guy is, but I'm guessing he's probably going to be our main villain of the entire series, and is probably the one responsible for just about everything that is going on, and of course the transformation of all of the people into Titans. It's a great way to end the season, and it'll just get you pumped up for the next one, which thankfully we aren't going to have to wait as long for the next season. So what's the rundown on this week's episode of Attack on Titan? I loved the imagery from this episode. That and of course the music choices, especially the scene where Eren took control of all of the Titans. This was truly a triumphant moment, and one of the coolest things that I've seen from this series, and it's great that he's going to be able to have this ability from now on. It's going to be very instrumental in all of the team surviving, and could very well save them from the normal threats that we've seen since the beginning of the series, which are just the hordes of Titans themselves. What I'm interested to see, though, in the third season is what he's actually going to do when he goes up against the Beast Titan, because the Beast Titan seems to have some sort of control over them as well. So I'm interested to see if he's going to be able to take control of those, or if it's something that he's not going to have the ability to do. Not to mention Reiner, Bertholdt, and Ymir, where their allegiances lie. I'm really interested to see how they're connected to the Beast Titan as well. I have a theory there's going to be this multiple faction war which is going to be going on between these different Titans, Titan shifters, their Survey Corps, there's this whole religion thing going on with Historia. There's just so many things that could potentially happen in the third season, and frankly, I'm just pumped to see that. A lot of people who've been watching my reviews have been begging me to look at the manga version, but frankly, the fact that the third season is coming in 2018, I have no plans to look at the manga. I love being surprised every single week when I see a brand new episode of Attack on Titan, and it always surprises me, and this one certainly did that. I had a feeling that Hannes was going to get killed. This is something that I mentioned in my last review, and of course it happened. It's kind of a shame too, because while the Smiling Titan is like really disturbing looking and really creepy, it's basically just a normal Titan, so I figured it was something that they could have killed pretty easily. The problem is the battlefield had just turned into massive chaos at this point because Reiner was throwing all of these Titans at them, and there was no time for them to regroup, and of course Eren couldn't utilize his abilities as well. It was a really sad moment when he was killed, and it led to one of the craziest moments when Eren finally took control of the Titans, and it was awesome. What more can I say? It was a great finale to a great season, which I think was a little stronger than the first. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that it was only 12 episodes. It was a lot better paced. And I think all the action scenes were really just hitting it home, and they were really good. And the story is finally starting to expand outside of just Eren wanting to kill all the Titans. They took the time to actually develop all of the characters and make us care about them, and even devote some episodes to the side characters, like especially in the first half of the series, and that made me appreciate them a lot more. Not to mention, I think that the voice actor for Eren in this episode did such a fantastic job. I mean, I love his voice work in general, but like that scene where he broke down after Hannes' death just shook me to my core, and honestly, I shed a few tears while watching that scene. It was very, very powerful, especially when Mikasa started to console him as well. That just really, really was a great emotional moment, and was just a great cap-off. And then there's the final scene with the Beast Titan, which I have no idea who this guy is. My first thought when I actually saw him was like, is that Eren's dad? He kind of looks like him a little bit. You know, he does have glasses, but Eren's dad had like a darker brown hair. This guy seems to have like a shorter blonde hair. So I can't wait to see who this guy is. Maybe he has some sort of connection to Eren's father, or he's probably someone completely different that we've never seen before. I just can't wait to see what his overall motive is going to be, and of course his connection to all the other Titan shifters, not to mention the concept of there being very specific Titan shifters, with Eren being the coordinate according to Reiner. What I will say is this was a thunderously amazing conclusion to the second season of Attack on Titan, and I cannot recommend it enough. And let's get pumped up, guys. We don't have to wait that much longer for the next season, and I can't wait to see what they're going to bring in the third season of Attack on Titan. So, I loved this episode. There were certainly a few shortcuts taken in it, but for the most part, I think it was wholly satisfying, which is why I'm going to give this episode a 5 out of 5. Check it out, Attack on Titan fans. If any of you guys did watch this episode, make sure to tell me what you thought about it in the comments section below. Did you like the action scenes, the character deaths, the emotional moments? What did you think of that ending? What's the deal with that guy coming up out of the Beast Titan's neck? Who is he? What are his plans? And what do you hope to see from the third season of Attack on Titan? Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I know it wasn't as crazy as my other ones, but like I said, my jaw is really freaking sore, and I said this one would be short, but I'm going like over 11 minutes at this point. But still, it is the way it is. But like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more Attack on Titan anime videos. Make sure to tell me what you thought about this week's episode in the comments section. I'm always down for a good discussion with you guys. And of course, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'll see you guys next time. And as always, stay dandy, baby.